live?
Uh-huh.
All right, hold on. Let me make sure we're live here.
We are.
Refresh.
I don't know why it makes mine go private, but everybody else can go.
Alexa, turn on the living room light.
Tell me you're rich without telling me
Is
you're
my
rich.
account linked? Yeah. All right, I'm live.
You're talking to your house.
Mini Trucker 88 went live talking about Made of Steel. Are you ready?
Nuh-uh.
Blaine, you might want to change that, buddy.
Let's see here. Oh, I think we're live.
I've been live for 41 seconds.
I've been live for 41 seconds. Blah, blah, blah. All right, we're going backstage. Here we go. I think. Hold on. Blaine, you ready? You gonna sing for us or something?
He's AFK, brother.
This is awkward. Where the heck is the countdown? It's been a week since I've done this. There we go. That's not it. This one.
I know.
When are you guys going to be going live here? I think we are live, right? Are we live?
Yes.
Oh, okay. We're live. I've just been informed. And welcome to Days of Our Audio. And please do not mind the Made of Steel comment that I had posted because I'm confused. I wear fake hair. I'm sorry. It's Wednesday. I've been out of it. But listen, you are tuned in right now to the LibertyBassShop.com live of Days of Our Audio, sponsored by Down for Sound, Stetson, Resilient Sounds, XS Power, Sundown Audio, American Bass, B2, JS Alternators, and Ruthless. Please take this time and share this stream out. We have a big discussion tonight. And welcome. Tonight's episode of Days of Our Audio is brought to you by Down for Sound, Ruthless, JS Alternators, Stetson, B2 Audio, Sundown Audio, XS Power, Resilient Sounds. Remember, you can get all these hot products right here at LibertyBassShop.com. Want to save money? Use code Blaine. Please take this time, share the stream out. Welcome to the Wednesday Night Live, Days of Our Audio, sponsored by Down for Sound, JS Alternators, B2, Ruthless, American Bass, Sundown Audio, XS Power, Stetson, and Resilient Sounds. In just over 2 minutes, join the guys as we've discussed on what's been going on in audio. Please take this time, share this stream. It is Wednesday Night Live of LibertyBassShop.com's Days of Our Audio, sponsored by American Bass, JS Alternators, B2, Ruthless, Down for Sound, Stetson, Resilient Sounds, and XS Power. Are you ready for Made of Steel? Good, because it already happened. It's scraping the coast. Biloxi, Mississippi. It's going to be a hot one, and we're going to talk about it. So please, share the stream out. And as always, introducing the panel tonight. Like always, we have the TikTok sensation sweeping the nation.
Oh no, what happened? Hear me?
Chase is muted, trying to talk right now.
I'm having technical.
Okay, listen. What I was trying to do was when Blaine was introducing everyone, I was going to catch you guys off guard by throwing you on camera real quick because you were like all sitting back. But when I added you to screen, I pulled Blaine backstage. Then I couldn't finish hearing Blaine's intro. So then I heard him and added him back, and I pulled you off, and I was like, "Oh, this is all jacked up now."
Oh, bro.
I tried to be funny. Okay. I tried to be funny. Boys, how are you guys?
Good.
Blaine, don't stay over there. Don't pee yourself, okay? I can't get you Depends, all right?
Remember the Depends joke? But anyways, what's up?
Oh, no, Blaine,
you,
I did
boss?
not need to remember that, actually.
How are
But thank
you guys,
you for the
man?
visual reminder. Oh, look at
I
this
had such
cat.
a good intro flowing, too.
Dude, look at this cat. Thinks he's hot shit. Comes in late.
Wow.
This is the stuff that legends are made of.
Yeah.
Oh, dude,
Okay.
tell, what are you doing right now?
From South Carolina.
Bruh, you got that dog in you.
Sheesh.
Always.
So did you get a set of wheels? Am I assuming?
Yeah, they're in the back of the truck right now.
Oh shit.
Uh-oh.
So listen,
I didn't have to drive all the way to South Carolina. Luckily, I drove about halfway and met Kingsmore.
did he get in the truck with you and just ride back?
No,
What a
away.
loser.
All right, Rob, it's been great talking to you. Pay your bill.
Pay your bill.
what's up,
Hey,
Mike?
nobody want to sit here and hear that.
Oh,
Up,
God.
D?
Hey Rob, can I go ahead and announce what's going on for this weekend for us?
Of course.
Okay, so guys, listen. We are going to be first off Friday. I do want to let everybody know that Blaine was invited to this, but he was.
I was gonna talk about that.
Oh,
I was gonna. Can I actually just say a couple quick words before you do that?
Can I? Do we need to queue up in the arms of an angel in the background, like really low volume? Just
No.
I'll sing it.
I
You
just
talk,
want-
I'll sing.
I just want the world to know that this cat right over here literally called me up and was like, "Listen, man, we're going to straight into the coast. I want you to go. Hotel, airfare, everything else paid, and your boy's still not going." But I
Sheesh.
just want to give a big shout out to Jace.
He pretty much told me I ain't
Your
shit.
boy, hotel, plane ticket, the whole deal, a free ride down to Mississippi, and I passed on it, people.
Why, Blaine? Why would you do such a thing?
You know, I just want everybody to know that I love Blaine, and I think that when he is around us, the vibe, the energy is different, and he is worth every penny to haul around with us. Unfortunately, he said, and I quote, these are the words he used after I offered all this to him.
I'm
He said,
an open book. You go
He
right
is.
ahead and say
he
it.
said,
Right?
Jace, you ain't shit, and I ain't going with you. And those are word for word what he said. I'm not lying. He literally told me eat shit and die, and then like literally left me on read the rest of the night. No, I'm kidding. Blaine had some other things going on, but anyways, we love Blaine, and he is
Yes.
worth every penny to bring around with us.
And I love you guys too, man. That's one of the
Blaine.
nicest things, man. Anybody's ever wanted done to hang out with this guy.
Dude, I would
that's something.
I would pay any amount of money to hang out with a guy that wears fake hair who just don't care. I mean,
That's
honestly,
so
it's
real.
priceless.
Thoughts are way out there.
His thoughts are way out there. But guys, seriously, this week is going to be a super fun weekend for me personally because it's a show I've never been to. So Friday morning, we are flying down to Atlanta, Georgia, which is not a great city in my opinion, but that's besides the point. I can't control where my friends live.
Dissing.
I'm just saying. Yeah, like, he's throwing it up there, baby. So we are flying down to meet Rob. Rob is picking us up at the airport. We are taking Genie's build and hauling it down to Scrape on the Coast, and we are going to be putting that build in the Down for Sound booth to be slinging demos all day long.
Uh-oh.
Beachfront demo space. It's going to be super awesome. I don't know how cool it's going to be because it's going to be hotter than hell out there, but that's besides the point. So it's a super cool opportunity and a really fun environment. Rob has got that
Dog in him.
well, he's
Real.
got that dog in him, but he's also got that great value internet service. He's got that Temu service is what he's got right now.
Yeah.
But
I'm out in the boonies right now.
are you getting close then?
Loonies.
No, I'm
I don't
not
know,
very
can you
close at
guys
all. In fact,
stash?
I was gonna hop off here, just watch you guys because I don't lag as much when I'm watching you guys. But I did want to hop in here and just say what's up.
Well,
Okay.
What a guy.
you're a legend, dude.
Well,
You're a legend.
Thanks-
Is it
thanks for the
Friday morning?
interruption, man? Come back when you can't stay as long.
Well,
Love it.
Bro, Blaine's off one
hey, you know
tonight.
what?
Blame
Screw,
is on
screw everyone else. But hey, you know what? I'll say this: bye, Blaine. I'll say bye to Blaine.
Wow.
The
What
fuck
did
did
I
I
do?
do?
That's
Should've
what I'm
gone.
All right,
saying.
I'll talk to you guys
Why?
later.
Because you guys didn't get his
Have a
good
back. That was a
podcast.
test me and Rob had set up for you three.
Let's see here.
What?
We gotta
Oh.
go back to normal here.
Good.
Okay.
Finally.
Listen,
What's up, everybody?
Finally, he's gone. Jesus, let's go.
Rob is a legitimate dog because he has rewired Genie's build,
Facts.
redone
He's
the center
used zip ties
console,
this time, I see.
and put a brand or it's not a brand new set. We can tell everybody it's a brand new set so he can feel like a baller. But he took the wheels off of his other build and put it on Genie's build just to get it to where it's looking like, you know, one of them yee trucks to follow along with the boys there at Scraping. I actually tried to talk him into taking the springs out of the back so it really squats, you know, gets that really blends
Yeah,
in.
yeah.
He wasn't sold on it though, but he's been a dog, dude. He's been grinding on that build, getting it ready to go and make it look pretty and everything for the show. So Genie's gonna be out there doing her thing, man. It's gonna be awesome.
Does anybody have that little meme that our man Stewie made with Jeannie and Rob about hurrying it up, the build? Or is that like a private thing?
Hold on, I'll see if I can find it.
I
You know
don't-
which one I mean. And
LD,
it's like-
get on that. Come on.
What did LD do?
perfect. That would have been a perfect prelude into this.
Tell him to send it in chat again. I don't think I have it.
I could probably blind myself right now with dental floss. Holy.
So, guys, listen. I feel like I have not been all in on this podcast, and I've kind of been out in left field. So, there's been a lot of stuff that's happened in audio. Would you guys agree? There's been a
Yes.
lot.
A lot of stuff.
I think it happens every day, honestly.
Every day, bro.
I'm with you, man. I'm with you. And I just love how you guys keep tuning in every week to this because it's kind of awesome, actually. So I'm going to try to start getting back into this and being a little bit more in tune with everything. But we got some things we can talk about.
Yes.
So let's talk about this. Amper Audio drops a
Hold
brand
on.
Would you say Amper?
Pause.
year.
Here we go.
Amber Audio.
This is what we're looking for.
Yo,
Look how
Gene,
sad Rob looks, dude.
look at- that is the most classic.
Shout out to
meme in the
Stewie.
world.
Dude, this is the definition of happy wife, happy life.
Yeah.
Shout out to Stewie.
Stu comes up with the. Oh man! Once he learned how to spell AI, game over.
Dude, I think that we need to make a Genie a sticker and just stick it in the same place. It says louder than Rob. I think that should be on her
Rob.
door.
Yo, Rob looking all scuffed up like an unemployed mall security dude and stuff.
Looking like Paul Blart out here.
Good
Oh,
lord.
God.
I love it. I laughed.
All
I
right.
literally laughed a lot when I.
He's
Back to
driving right now.
business.
He's driving right now, and he just slowly swerved off the road because he couldn't take it anymore. He's just like, "You guys are jerks." No, but seriously, let's talk about it. Amper Audio just brought out a brand new amplifier. I think they're just calling it a 12K, right?
AA12.
What does
Amper
AA
Audio,
stand?
AA.
What's the K stand for?
Huh?
What's the K stand for?
Okay.
1,000.
Didn't you say is it AA 12K or like
Yeah,
AAK?
AA 12K.
Oh, I thought you said AAK, and I was like, I didn't know there was a K in there.
Guy
That's
better
news
turn
to
his
me.
hearing aids up.
Guys,
Sorry,
I'm
sorry.
dyslexic. I'm sorry. Okay, gosh. Anyways, what are your guys' thoughts on it?
Um,
I can't even see chat.
It looks
to be
nice.
continued. I don't know. I mean, it's like a Hail Mary, I feel like, to bring the company back.
Can you pull pictures up for me?
I can.
I've heard the word.
You know, it's funny. Jeannie just sent me the
Collusion.
same meme.
She knows what it is. Yeah, but let's get that pulled up. Let's everybody look at it real quick. Take a good long look at it.
I could just go to, Jason DeClue's messages and
That is also true.
Shout out to Jason too, man.
shout out to him.
Team Ampri Audio, Jason DeClue. I've seen the
That's all I'm
pictures.
saying.
There ain't no denying it.
It's real.
Dude, look at that
It's
thing.
real.
Ooh,
There should be another picture. Oh.
And Vibroflex is back. Did you guys see that one too?
I did.
Guys, we're gonna have a special guest coming
Oh,
in here in a
I have
second.
a cat. I have a special guest right here in the wing.
Is it the cat?
Let's bring in this cat right here.
Somebody coming in?
Somebody's coming in.
Whoa.
Do we know him?
You know him.
I do.
Does-
Just me?
Dude,
Not as good looking as you. I'm sorry, Blaine. I can't. You
Well, that
set the
narrows
bar really
it down
high.
to everybody else.
So it's got triple power inputs. No,
Yeah.
1, 2. Yeah, triples.
That's right.
yeah, them trips, big dog.
It's meant for all the power.
Mm-hmm.
I wish the remote wire was not in the middle.
Does that bother you?
It does. I would rather have it on the end because when I have all those fat runs of one on,
The Liberty base one up.
yeah, dude, when it's
Best
real
wire on
thickums.
the market.
Did I not send this?
Are you slacking?
I'm slacking here because I think we got.
Oh,
I've got
really?
someone that would give a
Who's
good
coming
opinion.
in?
I said, "What's a surprise?"
Can I ask a question?
Do tell.
Is anybody getting any chats? Because the last
I'm not
one I
getting
got
anything
was
either.
From D.
Yeah, I'm not getting any chats either. I was gonna say something, but then I'm like, nah. I'm
Maybe
glad
chat
screen's
just
working.
hates us now. They're like, yeah, you gotta stop giving
We
effort.
get it,
We
man.
hate you.
At least pick on me or something.
I know the chat loves us. They're still here.
Call me like Gappy or something. I don't know.
Gappy.
Let's go here.
I don't know. I would like to see it on an amp dyno or in a build. I
Oh,
don't
you
know.
will.
It was said they were going to do some real testing. Wire it down to like 0.45 or something with like a 0.1 box rise. I forget who it was, but
0.1 box res. God, I wish I had that.
I like the heat sink on it. I think the heat sink looks aggressive.
Yeah. Looks familiar, too.
It does look familiar, and I've got somebody that's coming on here that I think is going to be able to shed some light on this, just as well as everybody else.
Uh-oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, look at this beautiful face up here in the left-hand corner. We've got Tyler's brother, long-lost brother from another mother.
That's
We've
right.
We've got Drew Jones here. What's going on, buddy?
Oh.
What up?
What's up, dude?
So, dude, listen, you're kind of right here in the middle of a conversation here. So I think
I was kind of listening to it.
yeah. So we're starting to get into this a little bit, and so Amper Audio just dropped a brand new 12K, the AA 12K, not to
Yup.
be mistaken with the new Team 10K. That's what we're calling it.
Mhm.
And the internet has definitely been taken by storm by it, I would
No,
say.
the internet does they don't have opinions. No,
Never.
no.
Ever,
No.
actually. Never.
no.
The ones
So
that
I'll
do
have a
those are not-
10K. I'll have a 10K in hand Saturday. I
Ooh,
think. Yeah.
okay.
I have one of the black prototypes just to kind of poke around with, measure, see what it does. But
Interesting.
they look very similar.
They are definitely very similar. Do you
I mean,
think
they're probably the same, but we'll
do
see.
you think that they're going to put out the same power as each other or very close?
Oh,
I mean,
Probably.
we don't have any testing yet. We have no
yeah.
testing, so it's all
There's-
he said, she said.
there's some dyno information of the 10K on the website, but nothing on the Ampere audio that I've seen yet.
Okay.
But case wise, they're obviously identical.
Yeah, very, very similar in that regard. So I think that the question that I've been seeing a lot on the internet, and I think it raises a valid question, is it going to justify spending the extra, I don't have the exact number in front of me, $1,000.
Like $1,000.
Yeah, about an extra $1,000 for what exactly, right? Is it going to be that big of a difference?
To some people, the fact that it says Sundown is the difference.
Well, and we know some brands that are like that to this day. There's people who love JL Audio and will only buy JL Audio because of the name. It's got a very good reputation.
No, and that's I mean, you take like my Tahoe, for example. You know, I have those Auroras in there for now, but that was just, you know, that was a good deal that I couldn't pass up on. And even Jacob thought it was a good deal, so that's why it happened. But the Tahoe's been all Sundown since day one, and it'll be all Sundown again. So if I was looking at amps, the Sundown ones just make sense just because they say Sundown. But
Right.
I'm not doing 610Ks because that's a bit much.
Just
for
a
me.
bit. So
I've only got 6 subs, so I mean, come on now.
okay, so I think this is going to be the question, and I'm just curious, because I am trying to figure out the sales side of things, right?
Now, I have read that there's an introductory price on the Ampere, but
Is it going to go up?
I don't know. Going up's hard. Going up on price once you've set one's hard.
I've known a couple brands that say they're going to raise their price and never do because they're very happy with where their sales are at right now. So I don't see people just paying extra for something that was already at a set price. You know what I mean?
Yep. No, that's 100%. That's a fact.
So the question that I'm trying to rack my brain around right now is how do I tell a customer this is why you should go with this one instead of this one? If it's 1,000 to, let's just say this, if it's 3,000 watts more, so that Team 10K does 3,000 watts more in a dyno, is it justifiable for the $1,000?
To some people, I mean, if total power output to a lot of the market isn't the end all be all. You know, how much power per watt in the end.
Yeah.
You know, there are other things that go into account, because if that was all that mattered, then regardless of how people feel about them, I mean, the JP amps are almost unbeatable in that regard. They just are what they are.
I was going to say,
are they as quality as like that team, that Ampere or that Team 10K? No, absolutely not.
But can you get it in 7 different colors?
I don't want it in 7 colors. Let me tell you right now. I'm a simple man. I like silver and black amps.
Let me tell you, when I was adding it to my website, I was getting honked out that there was that many SKUs. Okay,
Bro, I bet that was.
Dude, it was awful, awful.
But no, it's that's a prime example of power per watt isn't the only thing a lot of people care about.
That is true.
Because then, like I said, his would be the only thing sold, and that's clearly not the case.
Dude, all of our Facebook comments are not showing, by the way, guys.
Ricky said he has a Ruthless 10K for 1K. Interesting.
That's a good deal.
Wait, did you get it for 1K, or are you selling it for 1K? Is that like resale value what you bought it for?
So you want to see what $1,000 will get you in actually $1,500 in JL. Get you 1,000 watts.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's insane.
Now it has a DSP, but maybe $1,600 now. Just to some people, it's worth it. Just like that Audio Wave company from England, they're $8,000 an amp.
That's crazy.
Profit margins gotta look real nice on that product.
So profit margin on like all the mainstream audio brands are great. Profit margin on the $8,000 amps has to be just
99%.
Like there's a reason they can sell 3 a year and be okay.
Dude, that is insane to me. I'm sorry. Like maybe in my business, I have not seen. How do I say this? I did not see that in my market at all. Every time I sold to someone, I just don't know, man. I just don't see people in my market buying that. That's just crazy to me.
You'd be surprised, but definitely not something I'm trying to sell. I'm not trying to touch them. Like I had Dan offered to send me one to measure, and I said, "Sir, you can keep that at your house. I appreciate it though."
Right? Yeah, I don't want to touch that thing.
Don't send that to me. No, it looks like he said he paid $1,000 for that 10K. That's a smoking deal. It's a good amp.
Good job.
All right, I gotta drop a comment in here because
Somebody was smoking after you paid $1,000 for it.
Hey guys, if you are watching right now on Facebook, the comments are not showing up on the stream. So if you guys want to jump over to Liberty Base and watch it, or Mini Trucker 88, you can watch this and we will see your guys' comments. Because right now they're not showing up on Facebook. Because I see we've got Memphis in here, we got Chris Lee. What else we got?
Mini Trucker 88 will appreciate the work we're about to be doing to my Duramax and my buddy's truck. Kind of mini truck related. We're basically going to do wheel tubs for the front and the firewalls, but we're going to leave them sealed up to put speakers in the firewall.
All right. I like it.
I know it sounds crazy, but this is mid-base.
How much relocation of things under the hood you got to do?
So luckily, we're not. It shouldn't go nearly high enough to hit anything under the hood. Because we're just doing 8-inch mid bases in the firewall, so like mini tubs, kind of.
Oh, okay.
We got to move like the fuse box that sits on the left side and
right next to the battery and stuff,
and maybe something with the blower motor on the passenger side, but should be fairly straightforward, hopefully.
Nice. I have every single panel is off my truck. The bed's coming off. This is all solo. I ain't got nobody out here helping me, man. This is. Dude, I
feel it. People think that we have some big shop out here or whatever. I work under a carport and I work in the sun a lot. Something's in the carport that can't move. So,
yes, sir.
There's a reason stuff takes forever. It's hot.
I don't know, but there's a little bit of gratification of working out and stuff. Like when you're with the jack and jack stands instead of up on a lift, it's a little bit more grungy and dirtier because that's kind of like the mini truck stuff to me, And
it feels good when you get done, but while you're doing it, you're like, man,
why am I doing this?
Yep, that's it. One day I have an '87 Mazda. One day I'll bring it back out.
Ooh,
it's clapped, but it's on the ground. But it's a fun little truck.
I like things that are clapped out. It's got character that way.
This thing, 400,000 miles, got flooded in 2016 during the flood. Driven through a house once.
Wow, man!
It's been around the block. It does a 50 with 112.
Dang, I'll start calling you Young RP over here, trying to set that single sub record.
I mean, no, sir. It took like 4,000 watts. It was. No, we had to throw the sauce at it.
And speaking of Mr. RP, if Mr. RP is in the chat or going to be in the chat, I'm going to be reaching out to you because I think we would love to chit chat with you on here.
Okay.
All right, we'll get Drew on this. We're going to get a little sample because I want Tyler's opinion and I want Cade's opinion. Tyler, what's your opinion that's not favoritized so Blade still likes you at the end of the day, okay?
Ollie will go off screen and won't say anything.
Yeah.
So me and Blaine had a conversation, and it went something like this: if you were to get in the car audio, what would you prefer, Cone Area or Motor Force?
I didn't even get to say anything. Blaine's already given me a timeout.
I'm already giving you the timeout. You can't be adding in words like if you just got into car audio. No, it came down to preferred. Is Cone King or Motor Force? I'm a big Motor Force guy.
You know what they say? There's no replacement for displacement.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what. I agree with that. But how many 18s can you fit in your average Tahoe?
14.
14? All right. How many average? No, you can't.
Well, if you cut the floor and drop it 6 inches, you could get some
10s. How many 10s could you fit in your average Tahoe?
Probably a lot.
All right. Now, do you think 8 18s or let's say 16 10s would be louder?
Cone area.
I feel like
Same
depends
motor,
on
same
application.
motor. We'll just
Yeah,
say they
so-
all have.
Application was my net was the
what
next.
hertz you're playing, and I don't know. Where's it tuned to?
So there you go. So you have to ask yourself those questions when you answer: is Cone king, or is motor force? So you got to just sit there and say, all right, now different applications. So it's not just Cone is king, period. Because I don't believe it. If that was the case, why doesn't, for instance, perfect? Why doesn't RP have 618s in the back of the van?
He has more cone control with a smaller cone.
No, he has a whole wall of motor force.
No, he
The more cone area is less motor force. That's less motors.
Listen, if you have you're moving an 18-inch subwoofer versus a 10-inch subwoofer, you're on that 10-inch subwoofer, you're gonna have way more cone control to send gobs of power to it, and that is a huge reason for it. Todd, what do you think? I'm sorry, Blaine didn't even let you get your freaking opinion in before he gets on here and starts tainting everybody's
I'm
opinion.
saying, dude.
You're adding
I feel like no
words
matter
to
what
it.
I'm gonna say, Blaine's gonna kick my ass.
That's so real. Blaine's gonna get us after this.
I'm
stream.
just gonna go off. And,
There is no right answer. There's too many variables here, but I'm more of a cone area guy. Like I like getting in builds and seeing a fucking ton of subs, just crazy wind,
pleasing.
shit like that.
It's a well-educated response, and I'm not going to disagree with you on that one. Kay, what do you think?
I mean,
smart people would call that a hypothesis.
Blaine, don't
I
use
mean,
big words like that.
That's what I'm saying. Break it down in smaller terms. No,
Yeah.
I mean, I guess
the
it's
seventh
just
step
like,
in the scientific method.
why do you know that? All right, but I mean, it depends. Like, I would rather have 10s if I was going for SPO, and if I wanted to play 10 hertz, I'd rather do 18s. So it's like, I don't know. Choose your spectrum. I mean,
It is odd that 10s are picked so often.
you know what I mean? Or you could do that with 12s. I'd rather have 12s if I was going to burp at 50 hertz versus 18s.
Because if you think of all the legendary loud vehicles, like Alma's Bronco was 48 10s.
Yep.
Craig, the Pioneer guy, Craig Butler, he was a bunch of 12s.
Yep.
RP's a bunch of 10s or 11s. I think it's as much these days as much cone area and coil. It's a balancing act as you can get forward facing for
Correct.
SPL.
Uh-huh.
I
Yeah.
mean, I was 615s, and that's plenty. I'd rather make it more efficient than just keep cramming in more. I guess is the best way to put it.
Okay.
No, I can agree with that one.
There's definitely a point of diminishing
This
returns.
time of life.
I don't know. All I heard was Blaine, you're right. That's all I heard.
Whoa.
Jace likes cone area
Yeah, you
because
can shut it.
his build is 14, 18.
Let me just tell you something, boys. As a young guy here, I'm just out here trying to compensate. Okay, some more cone
That's it.
area. I'm just saying. Okay, it makes me look cooler. Just saying.
It makes me look cooler.
I feel like people have we're circling back to the old school way of just cram as much cone area as you can to hell with efficiency or proper enclosure loading. Because golly, they're putting some cone area and stuff again. Like, I remember I used to think my old boss would say, "Yeah, we had 12-15s in that Isuzu back in the day." Now I was like, "Boy, you crazy!"
And it did like a 45.
But now look, they would do it again.
All right, Memphis would like to get in on this conversation.
Boy, get them in here.
Let's
I like
How
that
are
dude.
you just going to disagree with me?
Hopefully, somebody talks some sense into you, Blaine.
Well, like you said, Blaine,
I see
When it
both
comes-
sides of it, but like, I personally would take cone area over anything.
But wait,
See,
and what
I'm the
are
other,
you
like-
SPO or are you gonna do an everyday demo?
I
build?
can buy
Well-
cheaper 18s with less motor force than I can a 10-inch subwoofer, like a Neo, like a compact V3. You know what I mean?
My thing is like, so once you try to get so much cone area, like these really windy demo builds, they're so deep. There's so much. There's a bunch of phase problems going there, and I know that's a fancy word, but it
You're gonna
causes
confuse
issues
people.
that you can't fix. That with even more motor force, less cone area, you can fix it. This is why you see all the loud vehicles that same kind of layout.
Let's see here. Let's get.
You know, you get like a front like Duncan's van. I did the math on it. His rear sub and front sub are like 28% out of phase from each other,
Wow.
just time wise, which
That's
is a
so
lot.
insane that you just know that percentage.
Well, I remember it because it was so. I did the math on it. It was so dramatic. I was like, God damn, bro.
Is that when he was having issues like blowing the
That's
front
still now.
sub?
That's just a time, a distance thing, like front sub to rear sub.
Oh,
There's that time difference.
Link sent to Messenger there, Memphis, if you want to hop in on the conversation here. I don't know why
But-
Facebook comments are not pulling up. That's really stupid.
You know, you talked about RP. Me and RP been chatting a lot recently, like 30, 45 minutes a day, it seems. And
okay.
well, that's
big
a
baller.
whole other level of audio,
Out there sharing love letters with one another. It's cute.
That's what I'm
basically.
saying.
Basically, well, I've been helping him. I put together a website for him for his deadener, and then I'm in his ear like, "Hey, bro, you should try time alignment. Come on, timeline something. Come on, bro, do it."
So,
I actually
so
really
okay.
want to do that with my build.
What's the perks if somebody doesn't know of time alignment?
So actually, I had a great demonstration set up that I sent him a video of. So, say you have two subs on, you know, one here, one on like left side of your desk, one on the right side of your desk, but the right side one's another 3 feet away. If you add delay to this left sub that's closer, you make it wait a millisecond. You could increase your dB at your head or microphone by 2 or 3 dB for free. Just
Could you
For
add like
nothing.
could you add like an Audison bit too to like subwoofer?
Yeah, anything that you
to
can-
line that timing up? Or
yep,
is that
anything
just,
that you can control time with. Yep.
like, an
You
Audison
can
bit too
time
would
align.
actually go through your subs to time that and kind
You
of
can time align
phase it in
subs
quick.
multiple ways. You can time align subs through the old school method of via the amp, so you can time align
Memphis is on
through.
here. I didn't even see
Yeah,
it.
you can time align through a DSP. I mean, it all depends. I've never put a DSP on my subwoofers, but I'm thinking about it in the blue truck. But
So this
I'm
was a
not-
24 channel custom made time delay device for Alma Gates' Bronco.
That's cool.
Alma Gates, that's old school as hell, bro.
Yeah. So think about how long ago that they built that.
That's
it
like
was-
before the bit too.
That was before like
Yeah.
all of it. That was
So-
handmade, one of one, and I get to fiddle with it every time I go up to Mark's place. But I mean, they've been doing it since then because it works.
Yeah, I won't completely disagree with Blaine. My biggest thing about cone area is the simple fact that you delete a lot of math when you cone area. And I'm not a big math person, so that's why you see a lot of my builds is a ton of cone area. The only thing that I'm about to do that's not cone, that won't be a cone area king, is literally like the van that I'm building after I finish with the iceberg. It's gonna be literally 4 to 6 subs, and that's it. Because I haven't built anything that's focused on stunt wall area as well. So I'm going to do stunt wall area in that and focus on that, but still keep a little good demo area in the van. But for me, cone area just makes it a whole lot easier. It's like at a certain point, so many subs have to be loud. Like it has to be. So when
That's
I'm
just math.
huh?
That's just math.
Yeah, that's just math. When you got 3,500 square inches of fucking cone area, as opposed to somebody who has 1,000 square inches of cone area, like to a certain degree, I'm gonna be louder if I do certain things.
Right.
Now it'll be he could get louder than me with 4 to 6 subs, but it'll be easier for me to get louder with 24 to 18.
Especially with what everyone's wanting to build these days, like, you know, things that play super low, windy, look good on video. That's going to be easier with a bunch of displacement in the
Right.
end.
Yeah, and to be honest about that, like everybody, no matter what people say, and I just had a post about this the other day, but some people are posting like, oh well, I build it for myself. No, the fuck you don't. Nobody
Then
does.
you wouldn't. I saw that. Then you wouldn't post it.
Yeah, nobody, exactly. Nobody builds their vehicles for themselves. If you do, you would keep it in your garage. I would never see it. I wouldn't even know it fucking existed. And that would be it. So when people say that, I'm like, it doesn't make sense. And then when you think about it, now we can get paid through social media and everything else just by posting things. So I'm like, why would you not capitalize on that? Everybody on this podcast right now is capable of making money from their posts. And I'm pretty sure most of the people on here make money through their posts. So I'm like, if we're doing this and we're spending gobs of money to get these things done, some bills, like my bills are $60K and up at retail price. So when you think about that, why would I spend all of this money and bring it out and I built it for myself? As soon as you say I brought it to a show or I posted about it or anything like that, it's not for you.
Else. Right.
Yeah, it's for everybody else, because you may have built this with the intent of, I want to build this. However, you are looking for the approval of other people.
Right.
And
Now, I do think there's a difference between, like, I say when one of my Tahoe's done again. Yeah, I want people to check it out, come hear it. But if I don't bring it to a show, it is what it is. I'm gonna hop in that thing, drive it around, enjoy it by myself, alone.
yeah,
Nobody around.
And that's different. But you look at somebody like All Black Tahoe. Pretty sure everybody knows him online. He has not taken that truck to any show, and he just posts videos of him and his wife enjoying it online. Yep. And even at that simple factor, he's posting it, and he's recruiting followers. So at that point, you're not doing it for yourself. You see what I'm saying?
I want to chime in here because this is something funny that I observed. You bring up that, most of us in here probably do make money on social media, and that is true. Most of us in here do. Here's the thing that's funny. There's always a telltale sign when somebody gets monetized on Facebook. The first post typically is, tell me about your very first stereo system. And then that gets gets regurgitated about 4 or 5 times within a 1 month time period, because we're
that's the problem. I was posting that stuff before monetization. I was just posting it to post it.
Any post that asks a question and it cues then our demographic to comment and chime in, that is done for monetization when you think about it. And I'm not like, I don't hide it. Like, of course, at this point, I have a basis of why I do this. Like, I like to go out. I like to build. I completely build my builds for other people because I love the fact of somebody coming out and getting a demo and enjoying it. So I love that aspect. But at the same time, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to be smart about it. I'm not going to dump all of this money and do it simply for the sake of just doing it. Like, I need to make something back at some point, because none of us in this industry are rich, besides the people who own the companies that we get this shit from. So at some basis, we're doing it for somebody else. And I don't like the fact that people put a negative connotation to that.
Right. Like, it used to be, even, because I've been in the car audio 20 years almost, and I've been on social media for most of it, good for good or bad. So for most of my time, I made nothing. You were doing it because you just loved it. And as soon as like monetization started showing up, even on YouTube, it was people were like, "Ugh, you're trying to make money from this? That's lame." I'm like, "Come on!"
But yet they're on your YouTube page,
right?
Yeah.
See, and like half of the people watching right now don't even realize that Facebook and YouTube can make them money too by using code Blaine at checkout at libertybayshop.com.
Let's go.
Damn it, man.
Speaking of that, Code Frost at any SHA brand, bro, you can save you 7.5%. However, we're not. Well, Jace, give me a code and then we'll do it better.
Little shameless plug. Plug.
It's always because the simple fact that my standpoint on it is that everything you do as a person should be conducted as a business, right? Because
I disagree with that.
Once you're a business, yes.
I'll explain why, Blaine. I'll explain why, Jace. So you think about it. Everything you're doing right now is a secure future for your family, right, Jace?
Yeah, I hope that.
So you cannot secure a future for your family at no way, shape, form, or fashion without money, right?
Right.
So your basis for why you do everything should have your family considered, right?
Yes.
As a man, now, I don't know what as any other aspect in the family, but as a man,
Are you
our
assuming my
base.
gender? Hold up.
I am.
You
I
son of a
literally.
bitch.
He's like, you know what?
literally
Yes,
am.
I am, buddy.
You can be a them they, but that's a whole different podcast.
but you can still be a man and be a them they.
Right, definitely, because at the end of the day, God only gave two things. Look, the comments might go wild, but we're gonna leave that alone. But when you think about it, as a man, our life is already hard. The minute you walk out of your door, you got to put on this specific demeanor for you to conduct things. And so when you walk out the door, at least what I consider a man, when you walk out the door, everything you do should be considering those people, those little people that you created, and the person that you married to. So when I walk out of my door, my whole thought process is trying to generate generational wealth for my 4-year-old. So everything I do in that aspect is for monetization, meaning in my business and everything. I look to where I can make money for my daughter, because I don't want my daughter to go through the things I had to go to get to where I'm at. I want her life to be easy. So everything I do is considered for monetization. If I'm on Facebook, if I'm gonna spend 5 hours of a day on Facebook, why not let Facebook make me money?
So I'm with you on that one. So the only reason I would rebuttal you on this one, and I think there's levels to this. So when I started Liberty Base prior to this, I had owned a portion of a fish farm, and that paid my bills.
Yeah, that's completely opposite.
Nah, bro, you had bass.
Yeah,
get that bait.
If this fails, I got Liberty Bass. So it's got fallback play here.
I'm in Louisiana. I'm Bassaholic. I'm ready, buddy.
Bassaholics. Hey, Drew, when you make my shirt, I need a big ass fucking bass on the back of it, please.
Bro, I've been wanting to make a freaking fishing shirt for years.
I will take it. Blaine, you got to make one too.
Anywhere.
I need a Liberty Bass shirt.
I can't go anywhere in the South.
Blaine,
down here.
Blaine,
like,
Jace,
like
Caden, Tyler, Liberty Bass.
So, but before I started this, audio was a passion. And I was making a little bit of money on YouTube at the time because I'd had the 1,000 subscribers and stuff like that, but it wasn't enough to pay my bills. And at that time, I really enjoyed audio for the hobby side of things. And it was a really good mental break for me when I was coming from the farm and everything else and running that operation. So if I would have treated that as hardcore of a business then, like I do now, I would have hated it. Like it wouldn't have been fun for me anymore. And so I think there's levels to it. Now, since I don't do that anymore and I do audio full time and it's awesome, my passion, it's not bad, right? Because I can clock out kind of. I'm still getting calls now, but I can kind of clock out, shut it off, and I can relax a little bit. But when your hobbies become work and business, they can easily burn you out. Like I'll use Tyler for an example up here. Yep. Tyler, you work on cars all day long, don't you?
Unfortunately.
When you come home, do you want to work on your Camaro?
Not even a little bit.
That's my point. So I think there's levels to it. You know what I mean? I love the 80 hours a week mentality. Like you got to work like a dog to get where you want to be at and create generational wealth for your children. So like I'm all on board with that. I did that. But I just think that there's levels to it. I think you got that boundaries for yourself.
So I agree with that for the simple aspect of, so I mean, a lot of people should know by now. So I'm in the Army. I retired this October. So I go and do that during the day, and then I go to my shop, and I'm in my, like last night I was in my shop till 2:00 in the morning trying to get this white truck ready to come to this show. I'm putting in about 18 hours a day, and I do agree. So I used to be a personal trainer as well, and I used to own 4 vape shops, 2014, 2018. So the personal trainer thing I stopped because it turned what I loved into a job, and I hated it. I started to hate it, so I was like, "Fuck this! I'm not doing it anymore." I'm gonna do the vape shops, and the vape shops did the same thing. Like I loved what I did, but it turned it into a job. So I said, fuck it. But audio, I just have a different, I just have a different aspect of
it. It depends. I think it depends on how you're in the industry or how you're doing it.
I think it is how you deal with it, because a lot of people, you see a lot of people that are posting, "Oh, audio is so toxic now, I'm just gonna get out of it." And I will Yeah, I will never let anybody steal the thing that keeps me sane. What I do is I choose. You have to learn, in my opinion, you have to choose what you engage in and what you commit to yourself. And what it is a lot of people are taking shit that has nothing to do with them and they committed it to themselves. Like the whole down for sound bullshit and with every other company. Like, you're not Jonathan Price. Why are you committing that to yourself? Like whatever he has going on has nothing to do with you. Whatever Sky High has going on has nothing to do with you. Whatever Jacob Fuller has going on is nothing to do with you. You like the product, you buy it, you keep supporting who supports you. That's simple. So when people get involved in it at the customer level, I'm like, y'all are talking about quitting something that you actually do love because owners of this shit that are millionaires are going back and forth.
So would you agree then that it is okay then for average, people like us to continue to engage in it and continue to stir it up, every other week to keep it going?
I don't consider anybody on this podcast right now average, to be honest.
I was also going to say that.
Yeah, I consider that
everybody. I don't mean to brag, but I am above average.
Hey, 6 inches is above average.
Well, so I look at it like now. It's been good, guys.
I look at it like this, Jace. People on this cast, we are, I would say, like tier 2. The people that we get things from are tier 1, and the customers. Well, no, I would say at this point the.
Now we're tier 3.
Yeah, we're tier 3.
Companies tier 2, and then you got like big like Kicker, JL, like those guys.
Right, exactly.
You got China.
So we're tier 3, and then I'm not even going to consider China and Korea. That's a whole different thing. But we'd say so at the customer level.
Vietnamese?
Yeah.
Are you assuming this ethnicity?
Sorry.
At the customer level, that's like, we'll just say for shits and giggles, and nobody watching this take this any type of way personal, but we'll say like that's tier 5, right?
Okay.
So at our level, we have loyalties. Sometimes we get involved, sometimes we don't. Now, in an aspect, including myself, I feel like we should not get involved because at the end of the day, we're not in their seats. You see what I'm saying? That shit has nothing to do with us.
Well, I tell you, it's that's something I've been trying to call you, but we've been busy. It's hard to not say. You can not get involved. You can really try, and then you just get drug into it.
If you paid attention to my Facebook, like for a long time, I chimed in on nothing. Yeah, I chimed in on nothing that had anything to do with anything. But at the same time, I like you. You are somebody that I
know. I'll be chiming in.
Yeah, you are somebody that I highly, highly respected because of your knowledge basis. Jace, I met him when he was, I think he was pretty much just starting, or pretty much maybe like a year in, if not. And I thought he was an awesome guy. That I said kid in my head, but it's only because I'm older. And I was like, he's gonna go far because he has the one thing that a lot of people lack is the work ethic. Like, work ethic is very fucking important, and a lot of people don't have it, especially at your age. And my thing is that
how old are you, Jay?
25.
He's 25. I'm 40. I'll be 42 next month.
God damn! So sorry.
Shut the fuck up. Shut up.
I mean, my wife is 41, so
I'm over.
How old are you, Drew?
33.
Fuck you. So with that being said, like, I look at not only that, but my military aspect of life and everything I've done. I'm probably 62, and I look at a lot of the stuff that's going on in audio, and I don't really pay attention to the bigger shit that's going on. I pay attention to the reactions of people, and what I notice is a lot of people who are at the tier 5 level, they are completely invested into what's going on with these bigger guys, and I'm like, that shit has nothing to do with you. Like, if you support Down for Sound, buy as much Down for Sound as you want. If you support Sky High, buy as much Sky High as you want. If you support Sundown, buy as much Sundown as you want. And instead,
or you support Kicker.
Here we go. Yep, Kicker. Because I still have yet to do a Kicker build, and I have to do one. I got 2 vehicles slated.
Wait 12 months. Wait 12 months.
That's fine because the van's like a 12-month thing out, and then the other bill that I have that I won't say what platform yet is far out.
So
But you're right about that. About the people who keep bringing it up, like because they're so invested in it, and
Yeah.
like they make shit harder for us.
You-
They
Only
don't leave that
time I-
shit alone.
The
Only
reason
time
why we're so invested in it is because every time you open up your damn feed, it's just the same shit. It just started
Yeah, but
again. It just
You
started
think about it,
this morning.
Blaine. When you open your feed, you have a conscious decision.
Oh, I
to
don't
add-
comment, but every
to
time
add
I
to-
scroll, it's
Yeah, I
just
don't see you commenting, but it's to add to or take away. So
here,
what we have to realize is that John Rabe is not me. You see what I'm saying? Jonathan Price is not Jace. We have to individualize, and I've been guilty of it too. I have not individualized completely, and that's simply because we have this issue we have a loyalty issue, and loyalty is a good thing. Loyalty, we feel like we do stand up for the people that we support because of what they do. So my interaction between me and John, or me and Bobby Gately, or Steve Mead, or anybody else is different than what everybody sees. So I might have a different loyalty, and it might be talking about John might be my point, like talking about a family member of mine. So I'll feel obligated to say something on their behalf if I see something. I try not to for the most part, but at the same time, like the only time I've made an direct post is when there was a post made directly to me. And at that point, because I'm like, you're coming at the wrong motherfucker, I control all day. But at the same time, I try to stay out of it. Now, I'm not 100% impartial, but I try to. One, because
Hey, you come in here. What?
the more you engage in that shit, the more you limit a demographic.
so
As
I
a
hate
businessman.
conflict.
So
I
here's
hate conflict.
here's my point of view that really gets under my skin. And we brought up the tiers thing. So again, when we were saying these, nobody get upset about it or anything like that. It's just for visualization here.
Let me go. Let me
Right.
pause you 1 second. Let me bring him just in the camera real quick. This is why we're doing it.
Where's the camera?
Right here.
Definitely.
Right there.
Yes,
Hey!
definitely. That's why we're doing it.
So this is Branton. This is one of my son's friends / my son now too, kind of. And he's
Yeah,
actually
you
out
got a
there working
baby.
on his stereo right now.
He's got a baby Duncan
Yeah.
going up on top of the grape right there.
No,
Yeah.
that Duncan's backwards. It needs to be down lower in the back.
Yeah.
I think
He's
we give him
working
a
on it.
discount code. Let's give
He's
a
on- he's
discount
on
code.
the right now.
Start him
Discount
down.
But yeah, just get that passenger seat pulled out, and I'll pull the gooseneck out here in
But I
like
think,
20, 30 minutes.
Jace is what you're saying is very important.
sorry,
I'm trying to hear that.
So the thing that I cannot stand, and like you said, there, you've got the Johns, you've got the Jonathans, Johns. Pick
There's a
a
bunch of
company,
Johns.
right? Yeah, it's a bunch of damn Johns. But anyways, yeah, they've
All the
got their own
Johns.
life and they've got their own issues and stuff like that. Okay, we can agree to that. My real big issue is when you have the tier 2, tier 3 influencer, whatever you want to call them, who do pick a side, who die on that hill, and then in return, because they don't give it up, you've got the tier 4, tier 5 base heads that are looking up to these guys and will do anything to get their recognition and their support, following in their footsteps. And now we've just created a really, really, really toxic circle. So much,
Yep.
in fact, now that sometimes when you get customer service calls and you answer the phone and Billy on the other end goes, I'm not going to run this brand because so-and-so said it's shit. And it's like, okay, hold on. This is even one of the big brands in the conversation. This goes for, American-based, B2 Audio,
Yes,
Audio Ace, you name it, right? But because there's all these people that just ride this wave and cannot seem to let it go. Gosh,
Your
it's
battery,
freaking
Jace.
toxic. Yeah, listen. Okay,
No, that's what someone commented, not me.
Yeah, it's an everyday thing.
it's
Yeah,
an
I
everyday
was
thing.
saying,
So here's the key point,
The
Jace.
struggle's real.
At
In the toolbox
at
of the
our
truck,
level,
there's a whole
at
box
our
on it.
level, you
Yeah.
think about it, because if we
Lift
have
up on the lid a
people,
little bit,
I
I
got 90K followers.
Yeah.
Everybody has followers, and everybody has people that's willing to die on the hill with them. At our level, how do we change that? I have an answer, but I need to know what you think.
How do you fix it?
Yes, I have an answer.
I think it starts from the top down. I'm a real big proponent of the top down fixing the issue.
You sure you weren't in the military? Because that's how shit starts in the army.
Okay, so
a football team, your captains, they're down. The rest of the team's down. Your coach is down. You're down. When we're talking about all these levels,
it's like
you're
for
only as good
parenting
as your
too.
leadership.
Well, it's just like parenting, right?
It's definitely a parent thing.
Yeah, if you don't parent your kids the right way, the kids are going to repeat it, and so on. So now you have a generational problem. So again, it's the top down. It's got to take the 0.1%, the 1/10 of 1% of this industry to knock the shit off. Okay, whether whatever said, whatever you feel what was said, whatever it was, okay, be over it. You sat there and you made millions of dollars this year in gross sales. Get over it. Okay, it didn't hurt your sales. Okay, nothing happened. So drop it, and then it's going to be a trickle down effect. The next guys below it aren't going to give a shit. Then the people below that.
So here's the thing. You know where that starts at because of the influence that we have.
Okay.
Posting. So if we, as in the people on this chat and any other major influencer in audio, if we stop perpetuating the agenda, meaning we let them do whatever shit that they're going to do, if we stop doing it, then everybody under us will stop doing it.
Yep.
We have to separate ourselves, and once we do that, then the trend will follow because you got to look at it. People follow trends. I went in your build and I counted how many subs you had, and I said, okay, I can't do more than that, so I have to do equal. So with you being somebody who I think came into this after me, I still looked at you for a trend. You see what I'm saying? So we have to stop it at our level because we can't control the people above us, right?
Right.
But we can control it at our level. And
I think we do. I think we do. As a consumer base, we knock this shit off. At the end of the day, we're consumers. At the end of the day, we rep these brands.
That's numbers wise. Numbers wise, we can control them, but personally, we can't control. You can't tell you can't tell John what to post, what to say, what to do.
Yeah, people because me and Price have been friends for 10 years, I guess, maybe longer. Yeah. They think I control his actions, and
that's the truth.
They go after me for it.
Are we consumers, followers, or friends?
So that question is iffy. It depends on the person. I know I'm a friend, family member, and consumer.
Yeah. Now I think you could be all of them
You could be. You can be.
Yeah.
You everybody on here, to be honest, everybody in this group they're every single thing. Because you're not only purchasing shit, but you're talking to this guy multiple times a week, even if it's just business aspect, because you got to think about it. The repetition of conversation creates relation.
Yep.
So when you do those things, you're becoming more like you've been to his house, Jace. I've been to John's house. I've fucking hung out with this guy and met his family and done things. So my thing at that aspect is like, now you're past that. You've breached the line of business component and friend and encroaching on family. Long as the relationship is solid. So with that comes gray areas, because now that you've become family, you feel like you, as a man, you feel like you have a certain obligation. You see what I'm saying? And people online only see the interaction between you two, because everything's an algorithm. So they see the interaction between the two. Oh, he must be close to this person. He must be this. He must be this in the company. So now when you speak, you directly reflect to them the actions of the company.
Yep.
So what you have to do at that point is you have to differentiate. And the only way you can differentiate in order to create a better audio community is to separate yourself from the bullshit. So at that point, that means, it's sad to say, but at the level that we are, Drew and everybody else, at the level that we are, we have to avoid even saying certain things, because there's this big ass thing called and I fucking lack the word right now, but perspective, and majorly perspective. Because even if you're not talking about the situation, people are going to assume. That's why I used to be really careful on my Facebook page what I post and what I say, simply because I can be talking about something completely different, but somebody could assume, oh, well, he's talking about this.
Yep.
And that's what happens.
Not to be an asshole, you mean perception?
Yeah,
You
there
might
we
be
are.
different.
That's the word, perception.
It's
Our
especially
college
after what
grad.
happened.
Our college grads.
Nah, I
stepped
don't want to
in
be
with
an
the word
asshole, but
precipitation.
No. See,
Yeah.
like
No,
I would rather
I
you
needed
correct
that
me.
because
Like, yeah,
here's
tell
the
me,
thing,
tell
like
me when I mess them up.
that's a basis. But what you just did, Tyler, is a basis of what we need to do. Help each other.
So
We're all doing the same shit, right?
okay. So let me
Every
ask you
single
this
one
then.
of us.
Let
Yep.
me ask you this then, because Caden's like my brother, right? Caden's 20 minutes away from me. We hang out all
He's
the time.
he's your little brother with a mustache. Yep.
He has more facial hair than me. It's quite embarrassing.
and I
to be
am
quite honest.
younger. And
Yeah.
I'm younger.
And he can play better cornhole than me, but that's a whole nother
That is
conversation
true.
for another day. But well, hey Tyler, whoa.
You've been
Yeah.
outholed by somebody.
Talking about audio here.
But you know,
What's in the cup, Tyler?
when we talk about
Diddy juice.
Diddy juice. So when we talk and before I post something or have a conversation or I'm ready to have a mental breakdown with something today, I resort back to my family, i.e. people like Caden, Blaine, Tyler, Rob, you know, everybody that's a part of my team. I reach out to them and I get their opinion, right? Because I value their opinion. And I watch what I say because of their help, you know what I mean? And maintaining that professionalism. And I know that there are, and again, everybody's in charge of their own actions, but I feel like we as the tier 2 guys, we should do a better job to help those tier 1 guys throttle it back some.
Agreed.
And do everything in our effort.
There was a couple about a year ago. There was, it was DC. It was Rusty when I was on Team DC. Rusty and Jacob going back and forth, and I inboxed them both personally. I was like, y'all need to cut this shit out. For the simple fact that one, you guys are, I don't know how much the money they make, but I always assume you guys are millionaires, right?
Right.
Why are you engaging in shit like this at this level? And for the most part, I feel like they listened. So I feel like we need to do that. A lot of us don't, but if we cannot do that aspect, the best thing we can do afterwards is control our actions, our postings, our things that we say, things like that. Because there's been posts you made, Jace, that I've seen, and I'm like, what the fuck? But I'm like, you know what? Ambiguity, because I don't know exactly what he's talking about, but it made me feel some type of way. And I'm like, okay, well, if I feel this way and I have a good amount of discernment, then I'm like, the tier 5 guys are like, yeah, fuck right, Jace, or fuck no, Jason, X, Y, and Z. So at that point, now we're swaying the crowd. What we need to do is, one, more things like we're doing right now. We're all together, we're all talking, we're all hashing it out, and we're making things. I feel like this, what we're talking about right now, is going to make a better community.
So
we need to do this.
So funny story to this. I had a conversation with a buddy about the subliminal posts we see on social media, and we were laughing about it. And that week we had some how do I say this? Some local friend drama, whatever, right? Whatever you want to call it. This is dumb shit, right? It doesn't make a damn bit of difference in the big scheme of things, but I made a post about it as a joke to make it subliminal. And the feedback we got from it was freaking hilarious, because it was all these people that went to some irrational presumptions about whatever the hell they wanted it to be. And I truly lost it. I thought it was hilarious, because I was like, it ain't got shit to do with anybody. Like, again, because it's been funneled into our industry so hard, I feel like within the past year, and again, it's been going on for so many, but it really feels heavy the past year, maybe 2 years, honestly.
2 years, now, about right?
Yeah, it's that now. I mean, as dumb as it sounds, I can't even make a subliminal post about, you know, somebody in my family I don't freaking like without somebody feeling a type of way. You know what I mean?
That's the thing that you have to consider, because you have to look at the standpoint of where you are right now. Like, look at your footprint. So you have to be like, I got plenty of problems in my regular life, but I don't post them because of the fact of what you're talking about. People will assume, and whether you realize it or not, that those assumptions affect your demographic. And your end goal is to be a successful business owner.
Yep.
So when you affect the demographic, you are limiting your potential. So you have to control those things.
But unfortunately, though, there are, especially with the internet, sometimes you can only control your reaction to stuff. Like you said, like, because you could be neutral and say a mathematically accurate statement, and someone's lose their fucking mind.
That is an accurate
And now it's 3 months later, and you're still dealing with it.
I agree, Drew. I agree.
Why does it seem that audio is so extremely cutthroat?
It's not just audio. I came from building show cars. I built show cars first for Dub Magazine and everything else, and then I built race cars. That if you look up my CTSV, it's on 1320 and everything. It is every single population of any type of specific
anywhere.
If you can put a title to it, it's a thing.
I ain't never had none of these problems in my knitting forums, man.
Then you ain't knitting hard enough.
Because grandma did not care about your knitting capabilities.
She wasn't worried about you.
Get right to the point, though.
I'm telling you, Susan is going to tell you about yourself.
Yeah, Susan is definitely, and Karen is going to fucking crucify you.
But no, it's everything, and
it's everything, Blaine. It's not just this, and that's what I want the audio community to realize, that a lot of people will say, well, this is getting so toxic, I don't want to fucking be a part of it. You got to realize what audio does for a lot of people. I have really bad PTSD, and for me, this does a lot for me mentally. So I will never let anybody take this away from me. And a lot of guys that I talk to in the inboxes or whatnot, they're going through, life shit. And my brain, because I've been in the Army so long, my brain is like, suck it the fuck up. But at the same time, everybody deals with shit differently. So,
and that's how I try to look at stuff. And I try, I give, I'll give a week to maybe they're going through something. Not a big deal. I'll wait.
Right. You have to.
But you have to realize, Drew, that sometimes people are fighting demons that you have no idea about.
Oh yeah.
So, at the same time, I take I don't hold grudges, because I realize that grudges take a bigger effect on me than the other person half the time. You ever fucking been mad at somebody and then you see them just posting their fucking happiest life on Facebook? Pisses you off because you're mad, but they're not. So you have to realize
I'm so good at letting grudges go that I forget people don't like me, and that is awkward sometimes.
I agree. I'm a petty ass person. First off, I cannot fucking help it. I think petty is funny to a certain degree. I know
the clue is not a grudge. The clue is
you have to realize that at our aspect, at our level, there are people who don't like you but will not unfriend you because they don't want the repercussions of saying outwardly, I don't like Drew.
They usually tend to copy, and that's the best form of flattery right there.
Yes, exactly.
So I mean, fair, right?
What you say, Blaine?
I said Drew had no problem unfriending me.
I think he should add you and unfriend you again. For your comment, he should add you and unfriend you again. Unfriend him again, Drew.
I can block
so Memphis I'm sure he will attest to this. Once you get 5,000 friends, your messenger don't work right, and your friends list ain't working right.
Fuck
I'm
no.
telling you, I'll get messages. They'll be like, "Oh, I've been messaging you for 3 days, bro. I've gotten none."
But here's the key point, Blaine. I thought for the longest
I did unfriend you.
I thought for the longest that Drew didn't like me. But what I did as a man is I had a conversation with him.
No, I like you and how you carry yourself more than most.
Yeah, once I actually, but yeah, here's the thing. Those are my own thoughts. That wasn't you, Drew. It was me. And once I talked to you, I'm like, okay, I really like this guy. I really respect him. He has a lot of great fucking info. He's a good person, because at the end of the day, fuck all this audio. Is the person that you are aligned with a good person? Like at the end of the day, the root
of what the internet might think.
Yeah, the root of it is it a good person? I don't know Jonathan Price personally. I do not like how he used to post. I haven't seen him post that way in a couple of months, but I do not like what
has he?
No, he hasn't. which
Oh,
I
know.
feel like I feel like maybe he learned from something.
Oh, somebody might have got on his ass
I appreciate it if
in
it
private,
was said
which
if it was
how
said
it's
personally.
supposed to be done.
Because my thing is, you have to realize at the end of the day, we are highly visible, and
So,
being
I want to
being
chime in here
visible.
1 second.
Go ahead,
because
Jason.
I like that because it's been obvious, and I don't think anybody's not been oblivious to it. Jonathan has been very quiet online in terms of all the extra stuff. So
Yes.
my question to you is, why hasn't the other side followed suit with that?
Because you can't control it. So everybody learns on their
Again, you
own
can't-
time basis. Think about
No,
this.
we
When
are
you-
not in control of somebody else's actions. I am so
Right,
on board
but
with that.
think about this in the aspect, and I'll speak from personal experience. When you got married, as a man, for me, when I got married initially, I changed things about myself because I felt like in order for two puzzle pieces to work, I had to change the shape of mine. They won't fit unless I change the shape of mine. But I changed those things on my own time, right? So at the same time, I can't expect the other person to change at the rate that I change. You see what I'm saying?
Also, this also circles back to the people who follow us and whatever. If they don't let it go, then you're reminded every day of what happened.
And on the same time with that, we don't know what those two people have done to, with, or for each other outside of what we know. So if I slap Caden in the face,
Damn.
he may get over it in 2 weeks. I might not get over what made me do it in that same time frame.
Or one of Caden's boys might not be over it.
Exactly.
Just go ahead and pull these puppers out here real quick.
And now
I don't want to be slapped by Jace or anybody else. You see what I'm saying?
Because that's what this is. All right.
Blaine's my bodyguard.
If you swing a wet noodle fast enough, it still hurts.
That's right.
So,
but no, like my point, and I'm so on board with that. Like
I get where you're coming from, Jace, because trust me, I'm tired of the drama. I wish, to be honest, like I tell people all the time, the audio industry is overly fucking saturated. We understand that. However, there are so many audiophiles that we can all still make money without alienating each other.
Yeah. I've never understood. Well, maybe when I was younger, but as I've dealt with these bigger companies more and more, I don't understand why the basehead companies fight so much over such a small sliver of what is the audio market in the end, alienating the regular folk. We need to be converting the regular people,
or we don't have a hobby,
to more extreme baseheads or more, more
and
better
to be honest,
or whatever.
That equation is easy to figure out. Like I've already figured it out. I'm getting ready to do something in February that's going to figure that point out, where we convert more people. And it's simply because before me coming to Ruckus my first time 4 years ago, I had no idea this aspect it even existed. I had no fucking idea. And if we venture out, and I'm giving away fucking a thought process of mine, but let's stop going to fucking, well, I ain't gonna say stop. Let's equally dedicate our time to going to audio shows to going to car shows. One person that's got that demographic down is Leela. Leela goes to car shows with her truck, and people are always asking her about what equipment should I put in here because you have this X, Y, and Z. And I'm like, if more of us do that, we would convert more of their equivalent. We won't completely switch them over, but you got the car show scene is so humongous with inferior audio that we can easily add those people to what we're doing. Because I tell people all the time, I've been to car shows, I've been to fucking race shows, I've been to audio shows, and the most fun shows I've ever been to is audio shows, because we're not primarily focused on, oh, I need a fucking trophy.
Yep.
Why
Car
do you
shows.
Why do you
And,
think
and the market-
Slamology is so successful? Because they were
Say
able
again?
to. Why do you think
Say again.
Why do you think Slamology has been so successful year in and year out? And that is because they've been able to have both the car show demographic and the audio demographic at the same venue without them being pissed off.
and it's still
Agreed.
just a
The Gately Audio Show
delivery.
did the same thing.
Because
The Gately Audio
Slamology
Show.
is filled with appreciation.
No, it's not. So, but who creates that appreciation, Blaine?
We do for the other people.
Our
Like
passion.
you said
Exactly.
earlier, we
So
build it for them to be happy for our self gratification.
So if we invest that time, You look at the posts of people saying I pulled the best spotlight and I fucking blasted my music and I didn't care if people pulled up away from me. Same shit.
Stuff.
Yes, I completely agree with you. Like we have to stop doing certain shit. People basing their rigs in fucking neighborhoods and doing all type of stupid shit. Like I posted a post today of me playing my truck at the hotel. I spoke with the hotel people first, and they were cool with it because they wanted to hear it and see it. And I'm like, it's nothing wrong with getting permission before you do some, because at the end of the day, what we do, in my opinion, is stupid shit. We do some stupid shit, but getting everybody to buy in on our stupid shit is our way forward.
Yeah, because our companies like Sundown, Sky High, they could be so much bigger, so big.
Much.
Like you could add every basehead company up together, every one of them. Let's include Scar, and they're 120 million a year. You're still not as big as Kicker.
365 day, 15% off sale.
Hey, Drew,
it's over. It finally ended. It ended.
What?
refresh.
Go look, it ended.
No, it didn't. Refresh and the timer starts over.
Oh
Trust me.
shit, my bad.
Yeah.
Hit the
You know, like-
refresh. Hit the refresh, Drew.
Drew,
But
hey,
like Kicker is $1 million a day. I don't
Dude.
think the whole basehead industry is $1 million a day.
Yeah,
Every
that's
company
crazy.
combined.
that is Drew. You need
And
to
that's
speak
just
up on that.
obviously they are the biggest, but that's just one company. Think about like JL, Rockford, Alpine, massive companies.
Yep.
Think about it. We could all do that. Meaning in that aspect, we all get along. You ain't got to fucking fellowship and eat with everybody, but get along.
Now, and some people saying that it's the last 2 years have been toxic, this, that. Nah, it's been like this forever.
It's the same way.
Drew-
It's the same way with people saying racism has been apparent in the last so and so years. It's not. It's that it's been publicized. That's the only difference.
Drew, you and I had a really, really great conversation a few days ago that really got me really fired. Actually, kind of excited for this podcast tonight because I've been kind of slacking on the podcast a little bit. Really re-energized.
This is the first
a little
time,
bit.
Jace, that you've bent down, like past the little thing on my screen that says live, and I've seen
You
your
my head
haircut. I see your haircut, and I
Boy, I
think
got
you should join.
Boy, I got
think
that
you should
Super
join the
Trooper
army.
3000.
Yeah,
You
he's
got to
got to
write me
join.
a
He's
ticket.
got to join the army now. That's a military haircut, bro.
Yep.
So, but seriously, me and Drew had a really good conversation. Really got me fired back up for Kari because we had talked about some things, some behind the scene things in audio and stuff like that. I won't get into all the stuff, but it is very freaking possible for companies to work together and to help build each other up. And if you are not willing to help somebody else, and don't get me wrong, and before I even say this, because there is always two sides to everything.
I'm agreeing with you before you even say it.
You can work together with another company to an extent to help benefit each other. But at the flip side, there's levels to it as well because there are a shit ton of snakes in the grass. And while some people can put on a very good face, they will be the first ones to copy, duplicate, take credit for it themselves, the whole 9 yards. And that
Let them do it. Hell with it.
you ain't
Yeah,
gonna
here's
be
my
as
thing.
good as me.
You know how many of these, like a lot of these new ideas you've seen popping up in base rigs and demo rigs
They're not new.
that were my idea that I had like 3 years ago that I just helped people with, and then they took it as their own. It's like, well, okay.
But here's my
Anyway,
thing: audio has been around long enough to the point where you can't. There's not much new to do. So
Shit.
Yeah, man.
do something
Hey,
else.
you just ain't
Drew,
throwing enough
hold on,
dollars out there.
hold on, pause. Drew, you preaching to the choir, bro. Because when the blue truck comes out, there's new
See,
shit.
you ain't seen me break something good enough. Then hold on, I'll be back.
I know how you work. That's one of the reasons why I respect you. It's not so much the Drew, it's your thought process. I feel like I work kind of off the same thought process. I'm like, I've had too many people tell me that can't be done. I'm like, okay, well, worst case scenario, I'll do it, and if it doesn't work, then it doesn't work, and I'll do something else. I'm not a test and tune. Yeah, I'm not a test and tune guy. I am a build it. It doesn't do close to what I thought, so I'm gonna tear it out and start over. Because you can't test and tune a 50 to a 60. In my opinion, you can test and tune. You can test and tune a 56 to a 60 with some work, but you can't test and tune a 50 to 60. So if I do the shit and it doesn't do close to what I want, then I am tearing the shit out and I'm starting over.
That's assuming you wired it right. That's the first one.
We're not saying
you didn't. I'm just saying.
But we're not gonna. We'll have that discussion in private because I know a lot of that. And here's my thing. I tell people all the time, I've only been doing this shit for 5 years.
Rookie.
Exactly, and that's my point right there. I'm a fucking rookie. And a lot of people look at me and they're like, "Oh my God, you do such amazing shit, blah blah blah." And I'm like, "Do you know how much shit of my own I fucked up before I start fucking with other people's shit?" And in the white truck, in the white truck, when I put the white truck together, I fucking put the negative and the positive and blew a fucking amp. And I called SoundCube and I was like, "Yo, I fucked up an amp," and they was like, "No worries, we'll send you another one." It was completely my fucking fault. Yeah, shit happened.
I've been in this.
It was 2 o'clock in the morning. It was 2 o'clock in the morning. I was wiring up amps, and I was fucking tired.
I've been doing this for 20 years, and I actively every day go, "Damn, I don't know shit," because there's so much to it.
I do that every 30 seconds. So you're like once a day. I'm like every 30 seconds. But
I mean, not once a day, but yeah, for sure.
But the thing is that I tell people all the time. I don't care if the dude just came in the audio, like when I make a post and somebody's been in audio fucking 2 days. If he says something, I'm taking it into consideration because I don't fucking know everything.
Actually, I mean, that's oftentimes where you get the best realizations of someone who that's why I haven't had my wife get trained in like listening for sound quality or like really learn what she's listening for, because I want that raw. What do you hear?
What do you hear?
Yeah, give it to me in plain English.
I've just gotten into tuning for sound quality, and I usually use like old school music simply because it has real instruments, and I try to hear if I can hear every fucking thing. Like if I play it in my
dynamics, so something that most music today don't have.
And so it's more of, can I hear all the instruments and where are they coming from as opposed to where they're supposed to. And that's the basis of my information for tuning. So
you're not gonna be at scraping, are you?
Yeah, I'm gonna be at scraping. That's why the fuck I'm in South Carolina. Like, look. How do I?
Well, then look. Then you need to come to the truck, and I'm trying to get it parked inside.
See that?
So I can give proper sound quality demos.
Bruh, look at this guy. You can't hide money, folks. Did you just hear that right there? I'm trying to park inside. G money.
So no, because number one, a proper SQ vehicle's Indian is kind of a quiet demo. You know, door shut, windows up, and air conditioner would be nice because the truck's got to be off. But I want it would be out there regardless. So people want to hear
fuck you. You don't need air conditioner. You got to go through the same thing we're all going through at scraping.
Nah, so my AC works in my shit. You crazy,
bro? I don't even have the shit that the AC comes from,
bro. No, sir, I'm fat.
Trust me. I packed a small bag of Fat Boy towels, of the little towels that I took from hotels.
Oh, you got to keep those. No, sir. The skinniest I've been in 15 years was 265, and I was right after I got back from Afghanistan. No, I'm at
260 tiny now. Well, I'm 258. 258 now. The smallest I've been in Afghanistan was 180. And that's because the first day I got there, boots on ground, they showed me the fucking defect we were supposed to eat it, and they had a fucking mortar hole in the roof. And I was like, yep, not eating this.
See, no. That's because I was having to eat the same fucking rice.
Boiled eggs, and fucking
I don't know what it was. It might have been lamb.
They got lamb, and they got the fucking the breakfast stir fry.
They had a Burger King when I was there.
They got a Burger King, but it ain't real burger.
Tasted like real burger to me.
You was eating people.
Newsflash,
baby! If you don't know what people taste like, you do now.
Definitely camel.
All right, so
But,
give me a recap here. So Memphis, you're going to Scraping. Drew, you're going to Scraping.
I'll be there with a proper SQ vehicle if anyone wants to hear what.
I'm actually really stoked.
The best one in the state, and it'll be the best one in Mississippi whenever I'm there.
Okay, wait. I have one more question. I'm getting off
Liberty
track here.
Base.
I got a serious question, Drew. If somebody came up to you and said, "Hey, can you play this song?" Is it the same reaction when somebody's like ask you in a demo rig, like, "Hey man, play this song. This shit bangs." You can play anything.
No, so
Nah,
what I generally do is the iPad in my truck has internet. I tell them because I get out because it's better whenever no one else is in that seat. I'm like, turn it up to this volume, play whatever you want. I'll be back. Just let me know when you're done.
I'm playing rock. I'm playing rock
in my
inside
truck.
that building.
Telling me to play a song is me telling you to get out.
Yep.
Hey, my golden line is I'm playing the same effing song all day long. Whether you like it or not.
I hate you, Jay. You're the person I hate.
You know what?
I'm in a booth with him.
I'm with Jace in the demo rigs just because I've heard it 30 times. They haven't.
And you know what? Let me tell you this. Wait, hold on.
My thing is from my aspect. So I have a guy making my music personally. Like he makes my music and he makes it for the frequency range that I do. Colton Talley. If y'all don't know about him, you might want to talk to him.
If you go to djsmokinglows.com, free bass head music that'll play right off your phone as soon as you click it.
Smoking Low, yeah,
you welcome.
Exactly. And here's the thing about Colton that separates him from everybody else. Colton Talley plays a billion instruments by hand, and Colton Talley actually is an audio engineer. So as opposed to, oh my God, he's got the new muffin with him.
Yes, I do.
So Colton Talley is an audio engineer, and he will take the song, wipe the bass line completely, and create the bass line for you. That's what I like about him. Like a lot of people, they just take the bass line and they change the frequency and said, okay, this song plays 38 to 40. Well, I can drop it down to 28 to 30. And he'll play, and that's what most rebasers do. And
so here's one of the reasons I like playing one song all day long consistently, because usually we've got a crowd of people.
Yes,
around
sir,
the
Drew.
vehicles. Look at that.
I already know. Colton told me about it. Colton told me about it. You set him up straight.
We usually have a crowd of people around us the whole day, and people are trying to talk to you and stuff while wanting to get a demo. I've got Instagram models so stuck in my head, and I know when the bass lines are. I could turn around, talk to this person, and be playing the stereo system, not worrying about my equipment or nothing, because I know when it's going to drop the whole 9 yards, when to turn it up and down.
But Jace, what if you had 5 to 10 songs that you knew like that? So here's an important.
We spice it up, but
here's an important thing about demoing, only from the demo aspect. I'm not the loudest person.
Oh, we know that.
Shut the fuck up. I can't wait till I'm done with the blue truck. I'm gonna blow everybody's fucking socks off. You're gonna need to sign a waiver to get in this motherfucker.
Okay, all right. I'm in.
But
I'm already signed up.
Yeah, I already got yours approved, Jace. You're good. But the thing is a lot of people don't understand. I've had people to say that I'm coming for you, X, Y, and Z. It's not about being louder. It's about giving the best demo. And I will say, Jace, that when I got a demo from the Patriot before you even knew who the fuck I was like, that's the best demo I got, simply because of the energy. So it's a lot of things that play into giving a good demo. You don't have to be the loudest person, but bandwidth is very important.
Let me tell you,
bandwidth is important. Right, personality is important.
Kyle Rutherford. End it.
Yeah.
Well, I got a demo of that. He played was it Hair Up? Yeah, Hair Up. And boy, that was the funnest demo I've gotten in years. That was a blast.
Yeah, because personality is important. The person is important. The songs you play is important, and the bandwidth is important. So, you ever got a demo from somebody that the demo was dope, but you got in and they were just like fucking stone face?
Bro, I hate giving demos to stone face people. Boy, enjoy yourself. Or get out.
Yeah, I gave a demo to somebody that everybody who got in before him was like, what the fuck? And then this one person got in, he was like, yep, cool, I loved it, and got out. I was like, don't ever come back over here. I'm not even posting your video. Like, get out of here.
The worst, whenever they hit you with, turn it up.
Oh,
Get out.
bro.
Get out.
Yeah, turn.
Bro, get
Get
out.
You tell me turn it up. I'm gonna have a sniper hit you from 3,000 meters. Like
You're done. You're done.
you are.
Nah, I
you
hate
are
the
officially
ones,
banned from
honestly.
demos.
The
That's why
ones
I
that
fe-
really drive me crazy are like the ones that try to straight face every note that you play, no
Yeah,
matter
they'll
what
hit
it
you
is.
with
No, that
62
shit
hertz.
Like
62 hertz for those
Dude,
people.
The worst.
Dude, those people, it don't matter what hertz you give them, they are stone facing everything.
See, that's
You see
why
them, like, coughing.
Meanwhile, they get out and you have to call a fucking ambulance.
they start
No,
coughing.
I've had a few of those where they've got out and they've just started gagging behind me and I
Yep.
didn't even look. It's just like
Get them
that's
to the.
what
Hey, Caton, those people send them to the fucking moon.
you-
I'm telling you, I had one of those. I
on.
posted a video of him on Facebook. He gave me the stone face the whole time, and I'm looking at him like, "Hey, motherfucker, the song ain't kicked in yet." And
Yeah.
it kicked in, and I turned it up 3 notches. I was like, "Yep, fuck you." Like,
The
Yeah,
greatest
it's like
thing
in
ever
the
is
wagon.
when,
I tell my people, like, lean on the hatch, and I roll that passenger window up. Be like, shh.
it's
Just because
going
it
down.
plays low, that don't mean it doesn't do a 60 on music at 50 hertz. Prepare yourself.
yep, exactly. Good.
The-
Goodbye.
The greatest thing is when somebody like IFOs. We love going to IFOs because the crowd reactions
I
are
love
always
it.
the best.
Yep.
Dude, and that was actually my first big audio show that I went to was an import face off.
Well,
So it's
guys,
like,
I'm gonna hop off. I'm gonna go help Branton figure out why his stereo don't work.
Love you,
Peace.
Drew. See you tomorrow.
Mwah.
peace out.
I'm gonna message multiple of you when I get off here. So
All right,
Yep.
sounds good, buddy. Talk to you soon.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go unfriend Blaine. I'll be back.
You're already blocked. Don't worry about it. Don't waste your time.
But
He left before you said it.
But the best one is when their buddies when they bring their buddies up and they're like, bro, he said he ain't gonna tap. We got $20
Yeah.
on the line, and because I've never been in anything like this before, you get in there and you barely crank it on, and they're like sitting there having the coronary. They're like, holy shit, it's about to go down.
Jace, those are the people that you pull their fucking soul out.
Dude, those are the ones you get your camera out and get your reels ready because you're about to get
Yep.
some views, bud.
Oh no, you can't say views right now. You know, people say you're against. You only post it for views. Don't do it. Don't say it.
I'm farming views, fam. When I got this shit going, I'm snipping that shit. I'm view farming right there.
Hey,
Caden knows me a fucking demo.
Just wait till the night where I make a Facebook
Oh,
post to
yeah?
ask everybody what their
That
first
dude's
system was.
loud in Memphis.
I am not
that there's
loud. Don't let him lie.
Yeah, but here's the thing. He ain't gave me a fucking demo. So he owes me a demo.
I'll give you one of each. I'll play you 47 to 50, and then I'll give you a little 23.
Yeah, you can kiss my ass with the 47. The 50.
Ask Blaine about that 47 to 50.
Yeah, you trying to choke the fight.
Nah.
Okay, you know what?
It's Snotgate 2.0, man. It
You
just
can give me the
clears you
47
right
to 50 if you get an iceberg at 50 to 63.
He won't do it. I'll do it though.
Yeah.
I'll do it,
I know you'll do it,
I
Jason.
don't even sit in my build. I've did it a couple times.
bro. I
I'm
cannot
not
get
even
Jason
saying-
to sit inside of my build with me, like ever. He'll do the door, but that's it. I cannot get him somehow.
Where's-
getting it.
Where's
I know what
where's
it's
the
like
next
over there.
show? Where's the next show that the Patriots gonna be at, Jason?
So,
Where you're gonna be.
I'm at Scraping right now,
so,
and I'll be at Sundown afterwards.
So we're gonna have our build at Liberty Base Showdown August 9th and 10th. That'll be the next one, and maybe like a local show up here we'll get to. But Liberty Base Showdown August 9th and 10th will be the first one that's gonna go to. We might try to go to Sundown the week after.
Nope, not Mike. You will be at Sundown.
We'll try
Commitment.
to. And then
Hold on.
what?
Jace, commit.
All right.
He's
all
trying
right.
to do what he does to Blaine all the time.
I
Commit,
was
Jace.
just gonna say that. Come on, Jace.
He
Blaine-
tried to skim,
Blaine,
he
I don't
tried
wanna
to
hear
skim right
nothing.
over that.
Blaine, I want to hear nothing, okay? Not after this weekend's bailout on me, all right? I don't want to hear it right now, okay?
No, my boy bought me a plane ticket, a hotel, and everything else, and I bailed on him.
Bailed on
Oh,
me.
that's fucked up.
Unreal, dude.
Yeah,
That's severely fucked up.
Yeah, he hurt my feelings.
Well,
But
he didn't buy it; he offered it. But
I was ready to
I'm just
buy
not
it.
mentally in the mood. I'd be a big downer.
yeah, whatever.
I'm in like mini truck mode right now. Audio
Not-
isn't like my focus right now, unfortunately.
But
Mini
the next-
truck is audio.
That is facts. But the
It
next
is for
one
me,
is
but- I'm on a different level with that.
I got a
probably-
mini truck T-shirt. I mean, you have to commit, Blaine.
That's facts.
Real.
But no, any other big shows? Probably Ruckus or Wake the Dead would be the other two. I'd have to pick between one of them. But
We'd probably bring a build to Ruckus this
oh,
time.
the TCP shows in September. Can't forget
Yeah.
about that
South
one.
Carolina.
South Carolina.
September 20th, I'll be at the Sky High Barbecue. So we're gonna look at exchanging demos at Ruckus.
Okay.
Sundown is the Iceberg debut.
Ooh.
So it'll definitely be ready by Ruckus. Ruckus is November, Sundown is August. So we'll do that.
I wonder if I could get my vendor booth in like the middle of the track this year at Sundown, not be on the outskirts. That'd be really cool.
I mean, if you go ahead and petition for it now and talk to Brian and commit, then you should be ready.
We'll see.
You gotta commit. You gotta commit, Jace.
Both votes in there.
I've got.
Think about it like this: Liberty Base, who sells Sundown, is not at the Sundown show. That's crazy.
That is crazy. It is crazy.
That's me not going to the Sundown show.
It is.
Blaine, I'm going to make you an offer in about 5 minutes. And if you turn me down on this one, friendship's going to be real thin, homie.
I'm listening.
Uh-oh.
We'll talk after.
Okay.
I got $100 and Jace showing to Sundown.
Ooh. All right, deal. I'll do anything for $100.
I was say for $100 he's in.
So you could have said $1. I probably would have been like, hell yeah, let's go. But no,
I'll personally go on Liberty Base and buy something for one of my customers.
Okay, full price. Let me know when you do it. I'm going to get the markup. We'll go.
God damn, we said full price instantly. Damn.
We'll go MSRP instead of that. No, seriously. What an awesome stream. Really good conversations. Thank you again for hopping on, Memphis. Drew's not here, but shout out to Drew for hopping on as well.
Shout out to Drew.
I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to start this off with LD up there. Where can we find you on social media, buddy?
You know, LD. No, I'm joking. Caden Fetcher or X-Men and everything.
Hell yeah.
LD. What does LD stand for? A little.
Oh,
You don't want to know.
You don't want
You
to
don't want to know.
Blaine, where can we find you on social media, buddy?
Boom. Mini Trucker 88 on TikTok and YouTube. And Bangaroo Brothers, the bus destination.
Hell
Wait, what?
Mini Trucker 69.
Yeah,
Bangaroo. That sounds close to like Bang Bus. Like, yeah.
well, it's the Temu version. You get what you get. Okay, it's cheaper.
Timu
Hey.
Bang Bus.
Tyler,
It's in it.
our chief media correspondent. Where can we find you at, buddy?
Find me at Basehead Mechanic on TikTok and YouTube, and Tyler Moore on Facebook.
Hell yeah. Memphis, go ahead and plug us. Where can we find you at on social media?
Yeah, Memphis Houston on Facebook, and I think it's Reckless Audio LLC on Instagram. I can't remember the TikTok, so we'll just figure it out from there.
Hell yeah, guys. All right. Next Wednesday, we will have a full recap of Scraping the Coast. Followed by that on Friday, we will have a full video of Scraping the Coast, which will be super exciting. It'll be my first time filming at this event. So make sure you guys have your notifications set on YouTube to get those. And again, make sure to follow us on LibertyBaseShop.com's Facebook page, Instagram, TikTok, you name it. And again, get all your card from us, your one-stop shop destination. Until next Wednesday, we will see you guys then. Peace.